Hello, and welcome to Old Man Energy. I'm your host, Flint Anderson. Today, we are going to be talking about education. It's a massive topic that not a lot of us fully understand, I don't think. So, we're going to hop right into it. What is education truly? First time we hear that, we always think about, well, school. We're always told that school is your education. You go to school, graduate high school, go to college, get a degree, get a career, and go on. But is that really education? Is that really what you need to know to survive in life? Education can be an amalgamation of things. I'm not saying school is not an education, but there are other things that are excluded by the very nature of assuming that school is the only type of education. We learn things from our parents, we learn things growing up. Um, how to eat, manners, how to ride a bicycle, how to roller skate. All of these different things are considered education too. But what about after we finish school? What about after we're supposedly done with our education? We've all heard that phrase. It doesn't stop. You don't ever stop learning. Some people do. I've heard people actually brag about the fact that they haven't read a book since high school, and some of them brag about the fact that they didn't read a book the entire time in high school. You've heard me say before, and I'll say it again, reading is our superpower. It's the only thing that you can do that will set yourself aside from everybody else, and it's free. In our pockets, we have supercomputers that access the sum of knowledge of the human race at our fingertips, and most of it's free. The only reason for being ignorant, and when I say ignorant, I mean uneducated, I mean not knowing something. Ignorant is not the same thing as stupid. Stupid is knowing something and choosing not to implement it, as the way I define it. Ignorant is lack of knowledge. It's okay to be ignorant until you realize that you are ignorant about a specific topic, and then go get educated about it. You can learn a little bit about it, you can learn a lot about it. At your fingertips for free, you can learn as much as you want about any topic. One of the things that I like to encourage people to do if they're learning off of YouTube or Wikipedia or one of the others is find three different sources for whatever it is you want to learn about. I'm going to use fixing a car as an example. One of the ways that Ashton and I learned to work on his car, him more than I, was by following tutorials on YouTube and other people that have done it, because learning from other people is one of the most powerful forms of education. It's apprenticeship. It goes back thousands of years, learning from masters. Well, on YouTube, there are generally all kinds of stuff. Sometimes people don't know what they're talking about. Sometimes they do. Sometimes they think they do. If you watch three, you're going to get a pretty good cross reference of one person who has no idea what they're doing, but just wants to make a video. One person who knows exactly how to do it and is way too detailed and takes too long. And one person who does it in the most quick, efficient way possible and explains it well. If you watch all three, you'll get a good idea of how to do whatever it is that you want to do. The same applies to reading, the same applies to Wikipedia, the same applies to whatever source you choose. Make sure that you are reviewing everything and you're learning information that's true. Why is this powerful? Well, because as you grow, as you learn, as you go through life, the only thing that's going to set you aside is the knowledge that's in your head. You could very possibly lose everything you own. You could have your life taken away from you by an accident, by a chronic illness, by any number of catastrophes. But if you've learned in the past, previously to losing that, how to make things happen, how to create your life again, they can't take that away from you. And you can always start over. And usually you start over with experience. You're not starting over from nothing. The more you learn, the faster you can rebuild your life, or you can create the life that you want in your image. Meaning, you have an idea in your head, you have a goal, you have something you want to do. If you're educated and you've learned how to do it, then you can create that. You can make a plan, you can work your plan, and you can get it done. All too often, we stop learning. We get into a rut. We get bored. We are working a job. We're working someplace where we don't want to move or depart from. And as a result, we become stagnant. We sit there, we get frustrated, we get angry. This leads to vices. This leads to many different things, and none of them good on the outcome of what you're looking for. But we think, oh, education, well, I'm done with that. I don't want to learn. I don't want to go back to school. There's always something you can learn from somebody else. And the fact is, if you're challenging your mind and you're challenging yourself on a daily basis to grow and to learn, then you're not going to be bored, and you're going to start implementing some of these things. Read a quote, I don't remember who said it, but there's some people out there that are education junkies, self-help junkies. They go to school over and over again, but they don't ever implement any of the information. They read self-help books, they attend conferences, whatever it is. Well, if you're doing that, you're not learning from it, then all you're doing is entertaining yourself. It's just another form of entertainment. There's nothing wrong with that, but you should be taking something away from every book that you read, from every podcast that you listen to, and implementing it. This is as simple as a choice. And I was as guilty of this as anybody else. I really enjoyed the learning aspect of self education. I read those kind of books constantly. I listen to podcasts, I listen to YouTube, I have people that I follow, and for a long time, I wasn't actually implementing much of what was going on. I would read it, I'd learn it, oh, this is a good idea. And then I'd go on to the next step, oh, this is a good idea. I wouldn't actually do anything. So now, every time I go through a book or a podcast or short or whatever, if I get a tidbit that I can use, I try and find a way to implement it into my life that day, to move forward with it that day, the next day, and to have it become a part of my repertoire of things that I do. And that has made a huge difference. I've been able to implement a lot of things that I'm reading now, but also things that I've read previously that are stuck in my head, because once you start making these changes, your brain looks for ways to make these changes easier. As a result, things are changing, things are happening, doing things differently. Sometimes fears get overcome because you're confident that you can do it. Sometimes you step outside of your comfort zone and you do some stuff that you didn't think you'd be good at. You find out that you love it, maybe more than what you're doing now. So I'm going to encourage each one of you guys to pursue further education. And it doesn't matter if it's a mastermind, if it's somebody that you follow online, you want to get in their group, you want to get in their room with them. It doesn't matter. The one thing I will encourage you to do is make sure, especially if you're going to follow somebody who is a mentor or who's a teacher or proposed teacher, that you make sure that what they're teaching is consistent and that their message is true to form. Because um, I was talking with a guy last night, and he pointed this out to me. He said, whenever you start looking for somebody, they either and their attention gets put out there in the public, and you start looking at them, they are either revealed or they're exposed. The ones that are exposed are typically the ones that they hop from topic to topic and they're just in it for the money. Oh, well, this week we're real estate gurus and we know everything about real estate, and buy our course and come to our event. We're going to teach you how to make millions in real estate. And then the trend is blue collar. Oh, okay. Well, now, hey, we're blue collar gurus. We're going to help all you blue collar guys scale your businesses and make $3 to $5 million, and we're going to do it because this is what we know how to do. And it's the same guys that were real estate guys yesterday. And then you go into, oh, well, now we're just entrepreneur, we're mindset gurus, we know how to do this, we're going to teach you how to build your business past $3 million because your mindset's wrong. They're selling you the same course that they've been selling the whole time, but now there's just a different marketing, different advertising. So you want people that are consistent, that have identified their niche, that resonates with you, and that no matter where you go, no matter how far you back you go in their information, it's consistent. They've been saying the same thing. They've been talking about the same thing. The information may have changed to update with the times or with the trends or with things that are happening now, but the message is consistent. The underlying message of what they teach and what they know is consistent. It's absolutely important that you learn from the right people, but it is important that you learn. Don't completely dismiss the fact that you need to learn and you need to grow because some other people out there are just trying to take advantage of that as a business. We all have to make a living, we all have to make money, but make sure that you're choosing the right path for you and you're following the right leaders. So that's going to be it for today. I hope this helps, guys. I love y'all. Peace.